My client is a support worker who works with 15-year-old twin girls. The girls both have autism and global development delay. Through conversations with my client, I identified a recurring issue involving one of the girls who frequently removes her clothing and accesses her nappy throughout the day. This not only impacts the girl's hygiene, dignity, and comfort, but it creates additional work for my client as a support worker, who then needs to clean both the child and her surroundings. This can become extremely difficult when they're out in the community, and it can impact their entire day. During my research, I investigated if there were any adaptive clothing options that would help solve this for my client. I then discovered that there's a significant gap in the adaptive clothing market. Most adaptive clothing is designed for infants and young children, leaving very limited options for older children and young adults who continue to require specialized clothing. Based on my investigation and discussions with my client, my design challenge is to develop an adaptive clothing solution that supports the sensory and personal needs of older users with developmental disabilities and improving ease of use for carers. To achieve this, my design aims to support sensory needs, promote comfort and dignity, reduce access to undergarments, be practical for everyday use, and remain easy for carers to put on and remove. These requirements and constraints were developed directly from the interview with my support worker, who's my client. The garment needs to be suitable for older users and incorporate sensory-friendly design using comfortable and breathable materials. It should limit the user's access to their undergarments and reduce their ability to remove the garment independently, while still allowing carers to easily dress and undress the user. Some key constraints included ensuring that the garment is affordable, doesn't restrict movement or participation in any daily activities, and complies with all relevant clothing and safety standards. I also researched adaptive clothing products that are currently available on the market. While branches such as Onesies Down Under, Sneeze, and more have introduced adaptive clothing, I found that many products are still mainly designed for younger children, or that there are other limitations that include limited sizing, limited security features, fewer everyday style options, designs that are less appropriate for teens and young adults, and that come at a much higher cost. This research reinforced the need for a clothing solution specifically designed for older children and young adults with developmental disabilities. To respond to the initial design challenge, I looked at the requirements and constraints and developed different concepts before selecting my final design. Developing multiple concepts allowed me to compare different approaches before selecting the design that best met my client's needs. After comparing my concepts, I selected this as my final design. My design is a tracksuit style adaptive garment that looks like everyday clothing rather than medical clothing, promoting inclusion by allowing the wearer to blend in with their peers. The garment gives the illusion of a two-piece tracksuit but is a one-piece design that features a concealed rear zipper to reduce independent access to undergarments and support hygiene. A zipper cover improves comfort by preventing irritation against the skin. It also includes foldable sock coverings that can be worn up or down, giving carers flexibility while helping prevent sock removal when needed. The garment is made from soft, sensory-friendly fabric that is breathable and comfortable throughout the day, supporting users with any sensory needs. Overall, this concept best met the design requirements identified through my client interviews and research. I chose this design because it addresses a genuine need identified by my client and supported through my research. Unlike many existing products, this design combines security, comfort, dignity, and an everyday appearance. Rather than looking like specialized adaptive clothing, it resembles a standard tracksuit, helping promote inclusion while still supporting the user's sensory and personal care needs. How will this support my client? My goal is to make daily care easier for support workers while improving comfort and dignity for the user, and I believe that this tracksuit will do just that. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to hearing your feedback.